Welcome back to the journey to true wealth. Well, we have a government shutdown. As of last night, both parties could not come together and keep the government open. So what's that mean for you? I'm not going to go into all the political points. You can watch that on the news. I want to talk to you about how this affects you, your portfolio, and your livelihood. And I got three main points. First, market shutdowns, or I should say government shutdowns, are really just political theater. Markets are driven by earnings, dividends, things of that nature. Historically, government shutdowns have little to no effect on markets. Actually, you'll see with the chart that we've attached, they have a positive effect. Government shutdowns are no more than one party jostling for more headlines than the other. The minority party wants to show that the incumbent party is the one who could make a difference and they're to blame. The incumbent party wants to prove to the minority party that they're the ones to blame because they voted for it. They just needed 7 more votes. So it tends to be a lot of headlines bouncing around with not a lot of impact. Point 2, markets are very resilient over time. The chart we provided shows the last 5 government shutdowns, and what you see is that 12 months later, they're all up. Heck, the same month, most of the time, market's up. We could even say that government shutdowns are a positive for markets in most cases. But the main thing I want you to focus on is sticking with your plan. And that's point number 3. At SRQ Wealth, we have a value promise that has 5 main points. The first is we put together these very holistic, very comprehensive financial plans. And if you've worked with us long enough, you know that. 2 is we have to maintain those plans. We do it at every meeting, no less than annually. We're looking at the tax planning, the financial planning, the retirement planning, and so on. They all tie together. 3 is our goal-based investment approach, otherwise known as a bucket strategy. This has worked exceedingly well if I go back to 22 when the market's down, or even this spring. We all got to experience how well that worked and how little fear that put into people. The point I'm making today is point number 4, and that's our behavioral coaching. That's the 4th point of our value promise. There are times like this where we have to simply slap people in the hands and say, don't do that. And this is one of those occasions. Don't let a government shutdown freak you out. Look at the history of this. It doesn't cause panics. I don't know how long this will last, but odds are it won't last long. It will affect some non-essential government workers. Odds are they'll get paid back pay. So for those people that are in those positions, we have to think about them and hopefully help them out. But it doesn't have a major impact on markets. The 5th point of our value promise is simply the individual investment selection we do. We take this very seriously, but it is the least important of all the things that we do. If we get the other things right, those parts just fall into place. So I want you to remember those 3 points after hearing on the news today that we have a government shutdown. It's just political theater. Markets are very resilient, and we're here for you. So with that, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Make it an awesome day.